Hello everyone, assalamu alaikum. Here we'll understand what is called Flutter BLoC Emitter class, and with this I'll also clear away one of the misconception. Now as you can see over here, this is my welcome block class, and inside this I have this block which is based on welcome event and welcome state. And if you're working with BLoC, you know that events refers to event classes, which actually triggers the events that we register from our UI, the events that we call from our UI. Now this is the state class, they hold our data. Anyway, so inside this super constructor we registered our event. Now the event name is page changed. Now event takes a method, so this is our method over here on page changed. Now inside this actually we are sending over this event and as well as emit. Now we know that event refers to events, they are in the event classes, right? Like this. So we have one event over here, this one. Anyway, now at the same time we see there is emit. Now emit, we often see if we work with BLoC that we say we have to emit states. We call this emit to release state for the UI, where we say that your UI has been changed, right? Your data has been changed, so go ahead and update the UI. Now this is the convention of writing UI, this is the convention of writing emit. But actually you can name it anything. You don't have to call it emit. You can say great, just an example, it doesn't matter. Copy this and put it here and it still work. Let's go ahead and restart our app. See, we just restarted our app and it still works. Now so the idea is you don't have to write emit. You can name it anything, but the convention is emit. Now what is this emit actually? Anyway, I'll put it back to emit because it's the convention. Emit is an instance of emitter class. Emit is an instance of emitter class. Now let's take a look at this emitter class. Actually emitter class as a type, it takes a state. Now we see that over here we do have a state class over here, right, which is our welcome state. So this is an abstract class, and inside this we have a method which is called call, and call itself also takes a state class and its object. Now this kind of class, the one that has this method called call, this kind of classes are called callable. So over here we have an instance which is emit of callable class. The callable class name is emitter. So emitter is a callable class which has an instance. Now if you have an instance, you can call that class like a function. Okay, now previously we used it just like a function, like a function call. You call the function and pass the arguments. So over here we did the same thing. So the idea is if you use emitter class, which we do in BLoC applications, then you can use that instance to call that class like a function. So this is actually like a function. We often call it emit function, but actually when we say emit function, we are calling the class itself. What happens over here, we are passing the state, right? And if you see, so we are calling this class and we are passing the state, and we can confirm it from here. So over here we see that actually it takes a state. So the idea is next time if you work with BLoC for event and emit, you don't have to name them event and emit, special emit. You can actually name it anything, and remember this is coming from a callable class instance, and we call that class just like a function because inside this class we have the call method. Hopefully it would help you better understand BLoC. Thank you.